Gina London is an Emmy Award-winning CNN correspondent, communication strategist, consultant, and trainer who has done extensive training with several companies in the United States, North Africa, Middle East, and Europe. She is the principal of Gina London Better Communications and the managing director, Europe of the Pincus Group, a communication consultancy firm in 3 countries. As a trainer and communication strategist, Gina has trained companies like Deloitte, M&T, Wells Fargo Bank, Bank of America, the World Bank, JCPenney Corporation, Walmart Stores Incorporated, etc. in all aspects of communication, crisis management, reputation management, executive presentations, personal branding, international customer service standards, and much more. Speaking on the topic, communication, the digital advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Gina London.
Good afternoon! I know you can do better than that. I saw you when MI was up here. Do not make me sing. Good afternoon! You came in the rain. You came by bus, Danfo, what? Come on! I am so delighted to be here. Oh my gosh! What are you beginning today? What is going to change in your school, in your family, in your life, in your future, starting now? Yes! Tell me that! I am so grateful for Ayola Jolayemi, his amazing vision, his dream of creating a free summit for you. For you. Don't take this lightly. Yes. Thank you, my brother. His amazing wife, Shei, the members of the Swift Think team, the fantastic speakers who gave their time to be here with you. Stand by. For you! Do you feel informed? Stand up right now. Turn to your neighbor, turn behind you, tell them you feel informed. Do you feel inspired? Tell them, you know where I'm going, tell them you feel inspired. Do you feel excited? Tell them you feel excited. Tell me. Do you feel motivated? Tell them you feel motivated. Now tell yourself these same things. Yes. Yes. Have a seat. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for being committed until the end. It's not easy to come in the morning. Some of you probably got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, got dressed, thought about what you were going to wear. Maybe you had some questions. Maybe you didn't know what to expect, but you came. You came here on faith to see what can I take away. And oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, and I do call you ladies and gentlemen because a lovely Nigerian philosopher named Temetope Joseph said that his father told him to kill the little boy and become to live the man. It's time to get rid of those little girls and those little boys that we were. Now, I don't mean for us to lose the enthusiasm of a child. No, keep that. But it is time to get some responsibility. I'm sorry, it's time. Take some ownership. It's time. You're here because you're self-disciplined enough to get yourself up from wherever you are, brave the rain, find a mode of transportation, and come in to the Musan Center on the island. Who lives on the island? Who lives on the mainland? It's not easy. I know a little bit about traffic here. And it's not easy. Congratulations to you, to yourselves, because so many things have been spoken. So many things have been said about what can be done. Digital is the new economy. Digital is the leveler. Digital, as Jimmy Towe said, is omniscient. You can reach so many people so quickly. It's inspiring. It's motivating. It's encouraging. But guess what? Stand by. All right. There are opportunities. Yay! The New York Times says that for the next generation, that would be y'all, about 65% of the jobs haven't even been invented yet. How many of them might you invent? How much of the creativity that's been spoken about, the innovation that's been spoken about, will be born from you? You notice this theme here, right? What do I keep saying? You. You, in your seat, each of you. What's your goal? What's your dream? How are you going to achieve it? How are you going to achieve it? Because even if every one of you at this moment is inspired and is motivated, if you don't take that first step, you won't be able to have that success story like Deal Day, like Jobberman, like SwiftThink, like Jimmy Towe, like the others who have been so remarkable in sharing so many things that you can do. Yes, do you believe me? Do you really? Bam. So, okay. How do we wrap this up? How do we get excited? Where do you fit in the digital economy? Do you have a kernel of thought? You don't have to have it all thought out right now, as was demonstrated in some of the idea session that was taken on earlier. Not every idea might be the idea, but the point is to start having and thinking and writing down ideas. I'm a huge advocate, encourager, supporter of writing things down. It's not enough, ladies and gentlemen, to write down notes in a class. That will help you get your grades, and that's fantastic. That is one goal, to graduate. Woo! I'm on fire for fill in the blank. You look to the person, we're going to keep in touch. write to me. Here's my email. Here's my Instagram account. Here's my Twitter. We're going to be best friends, BFFs, besties. I will keep in touch with you. I'm so excited. Then you get home, and your mom wants you to do something. Your dad wants you to do something. Your girlfriend wants you to do something. Your boyfriend wants you to do something. Your cousin wants you to do something. You have to go to a birthday party. You have to do some homework. And what happens? Nothing. I'm not saying it because I don't love you. I'm saying it because I do. Don't let this feeling go away and turn into nothing, because the distance between knowledge, look at it in the heels, to action, the distance between knowledge and action, I'm only going to do it one more time because I will fall. The distance between knowledge and action rests on you. Do you believe me? Now, I only say this not to get you disheartened, but I tell you this because communications is one of the great ways to make that difference. You've heard the theme already. These people who spent time and spoke before you, they didn't do it alone. They didn't do it with capital investments, some of them financial investments, but they did do it with other people. Even if it was the auntie who would allow the group to come together and have that training and with her facilities, that's another person, right? That's communications. The people who can communicate their goals are the ones who are going to achieve. Write that down. The people who communicate are the ones who are going to achieve their goals, because if you have a goal and nobody knows about it, it ain't going to happen. More than likely, unless there's some, miracle that occurs, and then if it happens and nobody is sharing in your service or your product or your idea, I'm not sure how that works anyway. Communications is the glue. Last week when I was on the live tweet session, the chat, to promote this session, the question came, well, what's the correlation between the digital economy and communications? Everything. Everything, because communications, no matter what industry you're in, those of you who can communicate well, if you're articulating in a meeting, if you're trying to get your job interview, as we were talking about, can you interview the interviewer? Wow. That's a challenge, but it's one that I think you are able to achieve now. The thing that I noticed, in addition to creativity and to some other aspects, that all of our speakers have had in common is that they had a spark. They've got a spark. They walk into the room. The guys on the couch don't have wings. They weren't born with tons of money. They looked like normal guys. MI was fantastic. The other musicians are fantastic. Frankly, everybody looks like normal people to me, and that's a good thing, because what do they have that sets them apart? The spark of commitment and persistence and the ability to communicate their ideas. Are you with me on that? Now, put it into action first. Who's got a spark? Stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come up here right now. First 5 people, come over here right now. Put it into action. Oh, awesome. Okay. We're not. Okay, don't. Okay. Maybe I didn't think that through. Whoa, that was impressive. But that is the kind of can-do spirit that I am excited about. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause like you mean it. All right, good job. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank goodness we got a lady. I know it's tough because they were aggressive, but we can make it. It's okay, ladies. And for those of you ladies who did stand up but didn't want to get trampled in the approach here, that's still okay. Let's put it into action. We're going to do a quick, hands-on communications training for these 6. Ready? Come right here. Hi, let's stand and face me. My name is Gina London. Henry, thank you for the first name. First of all, handshake, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be in a global market, I'm going to tell you right here today, first lesson, do not do this. Do not give me the Nigerian limp fish. I love you. Do not do that. If you culturally understand that you're meeting your grandmother, limp fish all day long. If you are meeting someone from a corporate situation, please give them a nice, firm handshake like Henry did. A+, by the way. Very rarely do I get an A+, first round. Yeah, that's the guy. What it is, and I want you to think about this, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking out at that person. That's their first impression of you. How do you stand? How do you look at them in the eye? How do you give a warm smile, whether or not you mean it? Doesn't matter. You do it. Auntie Gina. And grasp their hand. When you grasp, it's not throwing somebody over like World Wrestling Federation. It is a pressure point with each of these 4 fingers. That's what you're doing, okay? Because how many of you have ever been educated and trained around a handshake? It's not typical, but it is something that is part of communications. So I want all of you to stand up. You here too. Stand up. Everyone stand up. Love you. Stand up. I want you to turn to someone, and I want you to grasp their hand nicely but firmly, engaged and warm. Smile and say your name. Nicely done, Henry. Very nice. Good. I'm so fantastic. Stay where you are. I know you probably all smiled anyway because it is fun, and that's what it's all about. Learning is fun. Engaging is fun. Think about this, you lovely people up here. When you smile, your brain actually is looking for the upturned muscles to send endorphins to your body, and that makes you actually physically happier. It actually makes you relax. It actually boosts a little confidence, whether or not, as I said before, whether or not you feel it. Your brain doesn't care. It just likes that muscle going up. So before you're going in for an interview, before you're walking into the Musan Center or the next place like that, tell your body you're going to smile. Do it right now. 1, 2, 3. Feel that relaxing. It's a physiological fact. I'm not making this up. Couple it with the firm handshake. Communications lesson number 1. Have a seat. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. Henry, Mr. A+ handshake. Turn and face the audience. What's your goal?
My goal is to achieve.
Wait, what? What did that? Are you encouraging him or are you making fun of him? I can't tell. Okay. Come here, Henry. You're okay. Okay, now listen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to encourage each other. So shh. Give a little bit of support. Hold on. Shh. Help me out. Self-police your friends. Calm down. Love you. Calm down. Henry, what's your goal?
I want to create a world-class company in Nigeria that will enable students like we to be a part of the company that will be able to carry the world and the country at large and to be able to make Nigeria a greater place to stay.
Fantastic. You give him a round of applause. Thank you, Henry. Can you go down that way or this way? Thank you. Thank you. Next, come here, young man. Hi, Gina London.
Gina.
Fabulous handshake, A+. Tell us your goal.
I want to actually, my goal in life is actually to make the world a better place through the use of mobile applications by providing services which directly or indirectly save lives or may help people access services easily.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks to him. A round of applause. Off you go. Thank you. Next. Quickly. Hi, I'm Gina. Whoa. Okay, Mignene. That was a little wishy-washy on the handshake. Little more grasp here. No. Do not give me that finger on my wrist. Don't do that. You are to take your fingers and give me a squeeze right there. Squeeze. That's it. You're squeezing with your fingers, not the thumb. Okay. Good. Give a squeeze. Give a squeeze. That's it. There we go. Come on up. Let's hear his goal.
Well, my goal is to be a space setter in my field, medical field, and to be a vessel of blessing to others.
Fantastic. Round of applause. Give him support. Thank you. Next. Gina London. Nice handshake. You don't have to do this. It's just a grasp. There it is. GRASP. Thank you. Or CLASP. That's what I was confusing. What's your name, sir?
My name is David Wills.
David, let's hear your goal.
Okay, I'm a mechanical engineer by profession.
Fantastic.
And I'm learning programming right now.
Okay, tell them.
I write little programming skills. Okay.
Keep going. Don't worry. Keep going.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Awesome.
My goal is to create solutions to meet mechanical needs in mechanical engineering industries.
Okay, fantastic. Are you giving him a bit of a grief because he's already got a job? But I'm proud of that. Good job. Okay. I'm not always sure what the feedback is. Yes, come on up. Keep moving forward. Hi, Gina London. Solomon. Have I met you before? No. You weren't here last year. You look familiar. Okay, Solomon, come forward. A+ handshake for Solomon, first off. Yes. Solomon, what's your goal? There they are. See those people? Okay.
My goal is to help various businesses in Nigeria to maintain their IT hardwares that help to keep the digital economy moving.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Solomon. Off you go. Two more. Stay with me, folks. Stay with me. It's going to make some sense back for you, too. There's a reason we're doing this. Okay, handshake. Very nice. I'm impressed. May I just tell you a word? I worked with some executives over the last 2 days here in Lagos. Executives in an organization. And I do not think I had as high of a percentage of first-time A+ handshakes from them as I do the next generation. Good job. What's your name?
My name is Tommy.
Tommy, what's your goal? Tell everyone, and please listen politely and encouragingly.
My goal in life is to add values to life.
You add values in life. How?
Through provision of fast-moving consumer goods, anything that will add value, giving utility to life.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. Round of applause. Off you go. Thank you. Last but definitely not least, give it up for the ladies. Props to the ladies. Nicely done. Women, we can give a nice, warm, solid handshake. We can do that. It's not just a man's world. Yeah, I say that with love. Okay. What's your name?
My name is Joanne.
Joanne, let's hear your goal. Please come over here.
Okay, my goal is to effectively teach Nigerians Chinese language.
Awesome! I love that.
And in the long run, provide people that I have taught that can be referred to different companies and act as interpreters or translators.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Joanne. Thank you. I think maybe that way. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a goal? Can you say that goal in the space or less than the digits on a tweet? Can you say that goal short, succinctly, compellingly, emotionally, add a bit of value proposition to it? I want you to take 10 seconds to think about how you would phrase that goal in your head, and then, yes, you've got it. I want you to write that down. Writing things down makes it tangible. It makes it more concrete. When we're just thinking, when we're just considering, we also have other things that are clouding our minds, right? A lot of times we are not as focused as we think we are. We think, oh, I know what my goal is, and then a year from now, you still haven't made a step to achieve it. So and your goals are okay to change, but at least have a concrete idea of what it is you want to do. Make it for this year, make it for 5 years, but write it down. Do that, please. Not for me, for yourself. Communicating that goal is one first step you can take. One first step, getting that not just in your brain, but articulating it through your mouth, through your fingertips, to everybody you meet. Putting knowledge into action, turn to someone right now, tell each other your goal. Do that. Do it. Do it with enthusiasm, do it with excitement, do it with passion. If it's your goal, you should believe it. You should turn to that man next to you right there, you tell him your goal. If you're in a row by yourself, turn around. Hi, Cynthia. Okay, now back to me. The way you communicate is not something that you save for a special occasion. It's not something that you dust off and pull out of your pocket for that interview. No. Practice is what makes you communicate. You all can speak. Maybe you can't all speak Chinese, but you can all speak. Maybe some of you speak Yoruba. Maybe some of you speak Igbo. Maybe some of you also speak Hausa. I'm sure you all speak, but do you communicate? Are you ready with what you want to say? Are you listening to the other person? Are you finding opportunities to discuss and explore opportunities to add value to them? You might be a student, but you still have ability to add value. Are you excited about that? Are you excited about that? You can communicate in a tweet. You can communicate via email. You can communicate on the phone, when you're speaking, when you're what's up. Let people know what you want to do. Let people know, because you might find ways to collaborate. That's exciting. There are so many ways. Don't just wait for the scheduled person-to-person meeting. Practice what you want to say. Think about the opportunity. Practice these things, and I mean it sincerely. The more people you can tell about your dreams, the more likely you're going to meet someone who's going to introduce you to someone else who's going to get you to where you want to go. Guess what? The reason I am in Nigeria was because it all originated about 3 years ago with a tweet. A random tweet came to me. Now, it wasn't from a prince from Nigeria asking me to deposit money. It was incremental. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes on my Facebook page, I get random messages that say, please, Ma, I just graduated and I don't have a job. I'm so sorry, but I don't know you. Maybe you could begin to say, hey, I heard you speak at the Student Summit, and I'd really like for you to take a look at my resume. Or maybe I'd like for you to take a look at some writing that I'm doing, and maybe if I'm not too busy, I'll actually get a chance to look at it. The point here is, though, think about the incremental ways that you build a relationship. Many of you haven't been schooled or educated or trained about how to begin to develop a professional relationship. It's not by seeing that I'm online, that little green dot, and suddenly you go, hi. Hi, hi, what? Hey, I know you're busy, but I just heard you speak. Those are the types of ways that you could engage. Not just with me, but with anybody that you think would be of value to you and help you on your way for your goal. So, as I've been saying, what you do is up to you. What you do is up to you. Say it out loud to each other. What you do is up to you. What you do is up to you. I was asked, what are some exact things that I can do? Okay, I'm going to give you 5. First of all, we just did 1. Write your goal. Put that in your pocket. Put that in your purse. Don't lose it. Put it on your mirror. Refer to it. Look back at it. Learn it by memory. Write it down. I mean this. You think it's obvious, but how many people don't do it? Second thing, I know we were told that CVs don't matter, but better to have one ready and not need it than to be asked for it and you don't have one. Or worse yet, you have one and it sucks. Sorry. Your CV should be engaging. It should tell a story of you. Don't just give me boring bullet points and don't just use blah blah jargon. If you've got a certificate or a certification in digital training, fabulous, but tell me a little bit more about how you've used it. Your CV should be the story of you. Make it come alive. Next, and this is really important, visualize and write down names of people you'd like to meet. Do your Google. I loved that. God or Google. Do your Googling and do some research about influencers in your field. They don't have to be in Nigeria. They can be somewhere else. The digital age allows us to reach out and follow on Instagram or follow on Twitter almost anybody. Find a way to engage. Start a blog and ask an influencer if they'd like to guest blog. I don't have all the answers, but I know if you don't do anything when you leave this room, nothing's going to happen. Write down the names of 3 people you would like to get connected to this year. Do that now. Do it. If you don't know, make 1, 2, 3 and 3 little lines and promise yourself you're going to fill that in. Next. Talk it up. Talk it up who you want to meet with. Talk up what you want to do. Find out if there are ways to meet these people in person. If they're here locally, find a way to engage. Communications is about relationships. No matter how you communicate, whichever form, whichever platform, it's about engaging. Those are the tricks and tips that I would say to the CEO of the largest company about how to better engage with his or her workers, other board members. This is something that, ladies and gentlemen, if you learn this now, you are golden. Communication sets you apart. So, what you do is up to you. But do something. The gap between knowledge and action is as small as you make it. But take a step. Don't get overwhelmed and don't do anything. Don't get overwhelmed and don't do anything. take the first step, which you've done. You now know how to handshake. You now know how to smile. You now know what your goal is. You can cultivate that spark inside of you. Don't forget, if you know you have a spark, you've got to be able to show that spark to me or whomever else. You've got to be able to reach from within and turn that spark on to show the enthusiasm and the passion that you have. That's what makes the difference. That's what makes coming to an incredible summit for students like today worthwhile, is knowing that you're taking that spark inside you and you've got information and you've got motivation and oh my gosh, you have resources. You have so many resources as a result of this summit at your fingertips, and now you've got that plan of action to put it to use. That's what makes a summit like this so incredibly valuable and so worth the time that it took for each of you to go through the rain, through the traffic, and come here to the Musan Center. I am so enthusiastic. FCMB said, why is she so enthusiastic? Because I'm passionate about what I see in Nigeria. I am passionate about the people whom I've met who are so committed to doing something not only for themselves, not just chop my money, but because they want to make a difference in their country, in their family lives, in the lives of others, to make this world a better place. Thank you so much. It's all up to you. Don't just clap for me. Clap for the other speakers. Clap for the Student Summit visionaries, the Swift Think. Clap for the IT guys and the tech guys. And clap for our wonderful MCs. Clap for the camera guys. Most of all, clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. I'm clapping for you. Give yourselves a round of applause. You can do it. Thank you.